Purusottama Yoga. So, a very warm welcome to all of you. So, we'll take a few minutes to settle into the space of listening. So, sit with the back straight in any comfortable meditative posture. And then just close your eyes, bring awareness to the whole body and your breathing. So, just take a few moments to center the awareness. Enter into the space of listening, authentic listening, ready to receive what Krishna, Bhagavad Krishna, has to impart to all of us in this session. With that space of restful awareness, let's invoke Swamiji, followed by 3 times Mahavakya. So join the palms together in Amajani Mudra. Take a deep breath. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatidam Gaganashatrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalam Savadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satguruntam Namami. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So Nithyananda, welcome once again to everybody who is joining us online as well as in social media. Yes, now we're back. Thank you. We now can see the technical issue is fixed. Great. So today is chapter 15, Purusottama Yoga. So this is Kailasa, Singapore, and also co-hosting together with Kailasa, Telangana. And today is 24th of January 2024. So let's go to the next slide. Today we are going to enter into a very, very interesting chapter where Bhagavan Sri Krishna is going to review this amazing truth. So, but before we do that, we'll do a quick recap on last chapter for the benefit of people who are joining this session for the first time, or who may have forgotten what we covered last week. So it's kind of good to refresh our memory what we covered last session. Then we enter into this chapter itself, and then we're going to take a journey to the causal body. And Krishna says, your words are Vedic hymns. So we're going to cover also Jiva Bhuta. And then there will be a meditation technique given by Krishna to all of us. And then he talks a little bit also about the master who's the dispeller of darkness. You know, the one who dispels darkness is the master, the guru. And we will have a couple of Shastra Pramana. One of the Shastra Pramana is for healing the stomach. So listen carefully, those of you who have stomach issue. So, and then in the important message, it says Guru alone gives experience. So why we always come back to Guru? And then we will do concluding with a few important words from Krishna. So this is what we're going to go through as a flow for this chapter. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Sri Vedavyasa, who's going to enlighten us about this session. Over to you.
Nithyanandam, Nithyanandam, everybody?
Yes, Nithyanandam.
Yeah, so today we are going to start a very special chapter. And I think every word which is uttered by Lord Krishna is special. So we are going to invoke Bhagavan Sri Krishna with a mantra. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. Now, we will invoke the sacred knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with a mantra. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavati Ashtadasadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavate Bhavateshini. Om, I meditate upon you, Bhagavad Gita, the affectionate Divine Mother, showering the nectar of Advaita, non-duality and destroying rebirth, incorporated into the midst of Mahabharata, of 18 chapters by sage Vyasa, the author of the Puranas, and imparted to Arjuna by Bhagavan Sriman Narayana himself. Please understand, the previous chapter, Adhyaya, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, Krishna explained the root of our happening, why do the way we do, why we perceive the way we perceive. And Krishna explains the three different gunas, attributes to Arjuna. How we act, how we react to every situation. These are based on these three gunas, the root patterns. And he also explained how to complete with them. And Krishna declares that we can reach his state itself. So for this, he summarized few steps. Step 1 is to realize that our thoughts, words, activities arise from one of the three root patterns, gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. Step 2 is the understanding about which guna, root pattern, is doing what to us. What disempowering cognition that guna is building about our inner image, mamakara, our outer image, ahankara, others' image, anyakara, and others' expectations about us, and life's image, swa-anyakara. And the step 3 is to do the completion and the creation process. Do completion with that guna or root pattern and do creation of the sattva guna, the right inner space to create the reality that we want. And finally, we transcend sattva guna and enter into nirguna or no guna state. If we are complete, unattached by all that is happening, and we act out of sattva guna. Very compactly, he told about these gunas. Next, Krishna asserts that the transcendental state is beyond the three attributes of nature, gunas, and it is Brahma, cosmic consciousness the space of completion. He says, you reach this through devotion only and devotional service. He says that he is that Brahman, the source of eternal bliss, and that he is in the expanded consciousness of Brahman and beyond the three gunas. Please understand, he is the source of the gunas. He speaks about surrender and devotion, and he says, the one who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, such person at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Please understand, Bhagavan says, surrendering, not even bothering to whom you are surrendering, as a quality of surrendering, that is real enlightenment. That space of completion alone liberates us and is needed. Anyone that we surrender to totally is Krishna. Then we fall into Krishna's consciousness, which is the consciousness of completion. Now I will introduce you a little bit to the next chapter, today's chapter, Purusottama Yoga. This is the 15th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, which is also called the Song of the God, Song of Krishna. Purusottama Yoga. Please understand and listen carefully. No questions, only doubts. When we question, we show our arrogance and violence. When we doubt, we reveal our authentic quest for the truth and readiness to receive the master. Arjuna now, beyond questions, allows Bhagavan Sri Krishna to give the experience of the Supreme Being Purushottama. Always Lord Vishnu is called as Purushottama. Now in this Purushottama Yoga, only Krishna speaks. Because Arjuna's inner space has been silenced. Arjuna, who is Purusha, is now established in Upanishad, mirroring the superconscious Supreme Being or Self. Purushottama Bhagavan Sri Krishna, mirroring that superconscious Supreme Being. Sri Krishna reveals who he is and what he is. This chapter is today's new chapter. This chapter is traditionally titled Purusottama Yoga. Yoga of the Supreme Being. Bhagavan Krishna unveils why he is Purushottama, supreme amongst the beings, and explains that what he has imparted to Arjuna is the most profound secret. Wow. Understand? Arjuna has settled into his self. He is a new being now. He can no more be called Arjuna. He is expressing the power of living with enriching, overflowing with devotion on to Krishna. Devotion onto Krishna, who is present in everything, and everything present in Krishna. Please understand, listen carefully. Krishna present in everything, and everything is present in Krishna. The first sloka, I will chant Purusottama Yoga sloka. Om Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Om Urdhvamulam Adah Shakham Ashwadham Prahur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavit. This means Sri Bhagavan says the imperishable banyan tree of life, symbolized by the Ashwattha, has its roots above, with the leaves and branches spreading below the earth. The leaves are said to be the Vedic hymns. One who knows this eternal tree becomes the knower of the Vedas. Now Bhagavan is going deeper. He started with the journey to causal body. Krishna reveals the secrets of causal layer, the fifth layer, which he refers to as Ashwattha tree. Please understand, the totality of the 7 layers is our body, mind, spirit system. The second layer is the pranic body that controls air movements inside our physical body. In the previous chapter, Sri Krishna explains that this pranic layer is filled with desires. And he also explained how we create conflicting desires and suffer with rajas, restlessness, and tamas, inactivity or depression. The fifth layer is the causal body. It is where all samskaras, our root patterns, are stored in bija, seed form. Every night we enter the causal body in deep sleep and take samskaras out from this layer to create our world. Even if we move beyond the 3 layers, seed form need to be cleared and completed. Please understand, even if we move beyond the 3 layers, the actual form of the seed, that seed form, need to be cleared and completed. Sri Krishna gives completion techniques to destroy these bija samskaras in the causal body. he said very beautifully about the Bija Samskaras.
This is too amazing, Mark. It means that literally every morning wake up, you have a new birth.
Right, true.
Yes.
So, now I think this, yeah. Now, words that are settled in our inner space form the bone structure of our life. Words expressed or coming out when we are alone are the root patterns or samskaras printed in the causal body. Our lives practically revolve around them. If we give conflicting, contradictory words, the bone structure of our life will be a circle put on a square and rectangle, all crooked perversions. So, if you start building your life on it, how will it be? Crooked, perverted, incomplete, and useless. Understand? Next, understand one who has the knowledge that the root patterns or samskaras which constitute the causal body are the result of the five senses, knows the Vedas, Vedavit. He knows the Vedas or has the knowledge of life force. That's what Vedavit means. This Ashwatha tree of samskaras in the causal body lives mainly on the five senses. Sri Krishna gives a beautiful technique to be complete with the root pattern in causal layer. All our actions revolve around results. If we are not guided by greed and fear patterns, if our actions are not fruit oriented, no root patterns will be created. No one can perceive the real form of this tree, where it begins, where it ends, or where its foundation is. However, with determination, one should cut down this tree with the weapon of strong will and detachment. Sri Krishna explains that after cutting the tree of root patterns, surrender to the space of eternal silence, from where there is no coming back. This is the space in which the whole of existence is established. Sri Krishna explains, those who are free from pride, delusion, attachment, who dwell in the self, complete with lust, free from dualities of joy and sorrow, who surrender to the Supreme Person, attain the eternal consciousness, Padam Avyayam Tat. Going beyond lust by completing with lust is the first major step in realizing superconsciousness. So add friendliness to love, complete, create the space of friendliness towards yourself and others. Then lust will turn to love. Your being will be in eternal bliss. Now, Krishna gives these words to program our causal layer with completion. Further, he is programming us with these words. Death of the body is a certainty. Death of the spirit is impossible. When the spirit is evolved, it doesn't revert to the root pattern that is transcended in the previous birth. Wow. He is programming our causal layer so that we don't have fear.
Yeah.
Death of the body is certain, but the spirit, the death of the spirit is impossible. So if our spirit is matured, it will not revert to the root pattern that it transcended in the previous birth. So here, Bhagavan is explaining about Jiva Bhuta. Means what? Conditioned living entity. Conditioning. This is the new word that Sri Krishna uses here. Everything we consider as human nature is nothing but conditioning. Right and wrong, honor and dishonor, all these are conditioning. All are patterns. We are conditioned. Here, Krishna continues that after crossing the three layers and going beyond the causal layer, you enter a space where you are free from conditioning. This is the space of completion and creation. There are 5 physical senses, as you all know, and the 6th sense is the mind. Shashtani Indriyani. He's saying the mind is the only sense, and the so-called 5 physical senses are slaves to it. If the mind can be handled, all the other 5 senses can be handled. Oh, that's easy, na? So he's also speaking about thought pattern. He's saying enlightenment is the completion of root thought patterns, samskaras. We will return to our pure original state. This is why enlightenment is referred as samadhi, means returning to the original state. The spirit living in the body and mind moves from one body to another. It carries the 6 senses, the physical 5 senses, and the mind. In the same way, as the wind carries fragrances, consciousness carries samskaras. Casual level consciousness carries these samskaras. These imprints are causal level, from body to body. This continuous vicious cycle of movement of samskaras is what Sri Krishna refers to as samsara, the life and death cycle. Very clearly is given. And here Bhagavan is saying, Adhishtaya manaschayam means you create a body according to the root thought patterns or samskaras in the causal layer. God, we create the body itself with root thought patterns. Oh my God, this is too much. What, when from the childhood, when the body is developing, oh God, just imagine it's developing according to our root thought patterns. And at that age, we don't even know what is going on. Oh my God. So beautifully, Bhagavan has told everything. Here, Sri Krishna reveals another secret. He says that living entities create all five senses through the mind or mental setup. Every day when we wake up from deep sleep, our senses are recreated. You are hypnotized to believe that your past has influence over your future. No. Till this moment, if somebody is a sinner, in the next moment, he can become a saint. Till this moment, if somebody is a saint, next moment he can become a sinner. That is the beauty of the Mahakala time. So Bhagavan is giving a meditation technique. Now, I want all of you to sit 5 minutes. Bhagavan is asking all of us to do 21 days every night before sleeping to do self-completion with all your incompletions for at least, oh my God, 42 minutes. Reliving and relieving your past sufferings and root patterns. Because now you're consciously going to look into this. This completion process will directly work on your causal layer. Always sleep in the space of completion and wake up with a spiritual thought of completion. Then check your face. It will be changed. Your eyes will have a new look. Your body will have the grace.
It sounds like a new beauty regime.
So I will give you 5 minutes time. So why don't you just sit now and do self-completion with your incompletions. At least one incompletion pick up now. You don't have to do 42 minutes. 5 minutes is enough. With one incompletion, do the self-completion. Reliving and relieving your past sufferings and root patterns. Come on, start. Close your eyes. Sit straight. No body movements. Start for 5 minutes. Self-completion with at least one of your incompletion. Start. Please do the self-completion with at least one of your incompletion now. Now, slowly open your eyes. Now, Master is the dispeller of the darkness. Light is awareness, the sustainer of life. Everything in this world revolves around energy from the sun. The sun is also the dispeller of darkness. Not only does Sri Krishna establishes that he is the creator of this universe, the solar system, sun, moon, and fire, which sustains our lives, but he also declares to us that he is the dispeller of darkness. Sri Krishna is the ultimate master who leads us into awareness of our natural state of completion. Sri Krishna is the destroyer of our root patterns, samskaras. The presence of light dissolves darkness. The presence of Guru and completion destroys samskaras. I want to teach one of this sloka to all of you. For that Shastra Pramana, this is the 14th sloka in the chapter. Om aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritaha pranapana samayuktah pacham yannam chaturvidham. All of you please repeat. Om aham vaishvanaro
Om aham vaishvanaro
bhutva
bhutva
praninam
praninam
dehamashritaha
dehamashritaha
pranapana
pranapana
samayuktaha
samayutaha
pacham yannam
achamyanam
chaturvidham.
chaturvidham.
This means I am the fire of digestion in every living body, and I am the breath of life, exhaled and inhaled, with which I digest the fourfold food. Please understand, all of you, Bhagavan is also called as Vaishvanara, who is in the form of fire, not ordinary fire, digestive fire. Without this digestive fire inside us, any food cannot be digested. Anything cannot be turned into energy. So any person who has stomach issues, every day, every single time, before you're drinking tea, before you're drinking coffee, before you're having breakfast or lunch or dinner or a snack, simply Om aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashrita pranapana samayukta pachamyanam chaturvita. If you just do this, I'm telling you, lot of issues will be solved. Because you are literally bowing down to Vaishvanara, Lord Krishna, who is in the form of Vaishvanara in your stomach. This is a very super technique for any stomach issues. So all of you, this is a technique. Please copy this, copy paste this, by heart it, and every day when before eating or drinking something, do this. So Bhagavan speaks. Now Purusha, Krishna, takes Arjuna into deeper understanding on Purusha, principle of energy. Purusha is the unmoving passive energy principle, whereas Prakriti is the active material principle. Now, further deeply he says, Purusha is twofold. One imperishable and the other perishable. He says all living beings are the perishable Purusha and they are situated in the imperishable energy. I'll attend to the question in the end. So listen to this. The primal energy, Purusha, is potential energy behind the entire universe. There are two kinds of Purusha. One is eternal and one which perishes. The Purusha that perishes is the body-mind energy in all beings. This energy has a limited lifetime. The Purusha that is unchangeable is the imperishable aspect of this energy. The spirit that is indestructible, Akshara. So Krishna says that beyond these two aspects of Purusha, the perishable and the imperishable energy, lies the supreme energy, supreme Purusha. So he is that supreme Purusha, Purushottama. Purusha is the energy that pervades us. Purushottama is the energy that pervades the entire universe. The universe is imperishable. Krishna says that he is that energy, the Purushottama that drives the universe eternally. He's talking about Paradbrahma Krishna, the Ishvara. He is Saguna, means the universal form, and Nirguna, the formless energy. He is the Brahman into whom 6 billion humans and countless billion living beings on earth and countless entities in all the universes merge. So, may that Purushottama, that Parat Brahma Krishna, bless us all. Now, Krishna presents the great truths about his true representation as the Supreme Self. We are a part of the whole. If we fall in tune with the whole behaves as a friend. The moment we think and discriminate with the whole, it acts like an enemy. Please understand, we are deeply, totally connected to the whole universe. If we disappear into collective consciousness, we open infinite possibilities of life. When we complete with everything, animate and inanimate, we experience the space of non-duality, Advaita, where each one is infinitely powerful and infinitely intelligent. Krishna declares, whoever knows me as the Supreme Purushottama, without a doubt, it is to be understood as the knower of everything and worships me with all his being. Yo mam evam asammudho janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam Sarvabhavena Bharata. You can repeat if you want. Om Yo Mam Evam
Om Yoma Evam
Asammudho
Asamudhu
Mudho
Buddhu
Janati
Janati
Purushottamam
Purushottamam
Sasarvavid
Sasavavid
Bhajati Mam
Bhajati Mam
Sarvabhavena
Sarvabhavina
Bharata.
Bharata.
Okay. See, the difference between perishable and imperishable are for the deluded people. Once one has the awareness of Purushottama, supreme consciousness, one merges into the space of oneness, Advaita. So, how can we attain or reach Purushottama when we are already a part of him? We can only gain awareness that we are a part of him. Please understand, Guru alone gives such a kind of experience. A teacher knows intellectually. A master knows experientially. A master has experienced what he is speaking, the truth. We don't have to become something new. We need to wake up and realize what we already are. The master never allows us to stop at any step before the full flowering. Again and again, he inspires and takes us to higher levels of conscious experience until we realize we are that eternal consciousness, our true potentiality. The profound secret teaching of Krishna, the ultimate master guru, is that unless the experience of Nithyanandoham, Nithyananda, I am, happens, the master never rests. Once you surrender, allow him to work on you. So, let us all of us pray to Purushottama, Sri Krishna, the ultimate energy, the cosmic intelligence, to give us the experience of eternal consciousness, to make us beings with Jnana Chakshu, eyes of knowledge, and establish us in Nithyananda, eternal bliss. So, this chapter ends here. And let us see, somebody has a question.
You can
Okay.
now type the question on the chat. So
I can see Nithyananda. Do this as in chanting this verse. Yes, ma. Do this means chanting this verse, this Aham Vaishwanaru Bhutva, before every time you eat, your liver functioning, everything will improve.
Ma, can you do an audio recording and put it on the chat so that we can?
Can you record now?
I,
Can you guys record now?
If you do it as an audio from a WhatsApp, then we can all have it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because
so now
I don't. Okay.
Otherwise, we have to go into editing. So now, can you all, put your question if you have any others? Marja, Shavika, just ask a question on the stomach, the Shastra Pramana for stomach health. When you eat, with invoking the digestive fire, keeping your digestive fire alive. So, any other questions from the floor here, as well as the people in the Zoom? Are you all clear about what this chapter is all about? Any other question? We'll give a few minutes for people to type the question if they have.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'll write now. Record in the voice recorder and I'll send.
I want to go back to that the part where he talked about what we can do to be internally bliss. I'm just going back to the earlier discussion.
Which one?
Where he talked about completing the last first. Yeah, he explained the way to be established in eternal bliss. He said that going beyond last is the first step to complete with in realizing your super consciousness, right? He said then add friendliness to love. So then create a space of friendliness to yourself and others. And last will become love, because a lot of people say, how to see all of us, as part of evolution, we are all established in the last energy, right? So to go through the alchemy of reaching to love, experience yourself as the causal love. So he's giving actually a technique here. Directly, Krishna explained how to do it. So he said the first step is to complete with the last. So when he said complete with the last, or work on the last, do you want to elaborate a little bit more how to do that? Maybe because for a majority of people who are still stuck in a animalistic tendency of in the human body, this is like a to give people clarity how to practically do it. So my question is how to complete with last. He said this is the first step, how to complete with last. And Swamiji did say in Tantra that it's not just lust as per sexual lust, but there are also lust in terms of desire. Desire is also lust. So I think Sri Venerasha is doing the recording, so we'll give her some time to come back. So do you also want to know the answer to what I asked?
I think I muted myself. No.
I know you muted it, so that's why I thought you were doing the recording while waiting for your answer.
No. I've been going on talking.
Okay, good. Okay, now we track.
See, understand all of you. Lust is not just physical relationship. Lust is, first you need to understand about your moha, attachment, and desires. The desires which becomes too much and becomes into greed, becomes into lust, isn't it?
Yes.
So first, if you can understand what is your desire, whether it's a borrowed desire or is it a needful original desire, first you need to understand. The moment it is a borrowed desire, it will become the matter of pride. Understand? Delusion. And then you will start attaching to that idea of the desire. That's how it goes deeper and deeper. So, first you need to drop your borrowed desires. A needful desire is like a fuel for the car tank. For this body to run, you need a certain needful desires to run this vehicle. But borrowed desires is not necessary, isn't it? Because Bhagavan already gives a certain Shakti and sends us onto planet Earth to run this vehicle. He gives all kinds of resources and sends us. But only when we start borrowing the desires and turn into greed and lust, that is when things become complicated. So, how to complete with lust is first understand your desire, whether it's a needful or borrowed. Then start dropping your borrowed desires and complete with those desires. Then naturally you'll come out of your lust.
Got it.
And that also should happen with total surrender on Bhagavan and devotion. That will help you even more. It acts like a lubricant.
Yeah, devotion is always the lubricant, the cushion.
Yes. So,
looks like there's no other question from the audience in the Zoom as well as the floor. No question.
Yeah. So move to the next slide, Ma.
Yeah, we'll do the concluding slide. So once again, a reminder to everybody who are joining for the first time or even the existing devotee, we already started the new season last Saturday on 20th of January. So you can join the jnana session, which happens every night in Singapore time. Okay. And then the daily darshan in the morning, which is 5:30 a.m. IST, which is 8 a.m. Singapore time. Okay, so you have, here are all the different dates for the next 7th month of Paramashivoham level 1, 2, 3 seasons. So please make yourself available and sit with Swamiji, because each season comes with different experiences, because also during the seasons we have different festival happening. So like tomorrow we'll have Thaipusam. So tomorrow is the day of Thaipusam, where it is celebrated as the day where Devi gives Subramanya the veil, right? They call it Kavididze, the veil, his weapon. So, and Swamiji was just, making himself available tomorrow for the very special darshan of Subramanya. So please attend tomorrow morning's initiation. A very special darshan will happen tomorrow morning. Okay. So with that, let me just go on to the last slide once again. Thank you all for joining and participating in this session. It's been a very, very fruitful, enlightening session. So once again, Swamiji said that to have a breakthrough in knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita and to manifest abundance in your life, talk to 11 people a day about this book and bring them to the next session. So if you don't have the physical book, the hard copy, you can download the e-copy through this link. And the good news is next week we have session, yay! Originally it was not supposed to have, but now we, our Sri Vedavyasa has canceled the some session, and then now she's able to come next Wednesday again. So next session is going to be quite a mouthful one. Daivasura
Sampat Vibhaga Yoga.
Okay, so next next Wednesday we gather back in the same place to listen to the next chapter 16. Okay, sounds good. Yes.
Yeah.
Please
Yes.
come online when if you are if possible come to the for Adina maybe here. Okay, so with that, shall we conclude with the Pura mantra?
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sadguru Padarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda, see you tomorrow for darshan. Nithyananda.
Nithyanandam. Yeah, Nithyanandam.